John Wick Chapter 2 brings back Keanu Reeves. Yes, I think he's back. To the sequel of one of my most favorite films of 2014. It was my second favorite film of that year and I was completely blown away by it. It was so unexpected for me. And this brings back the director from the first film. And in the first movie, John Wick had some choices to get back into the game in regards to his dog and his car, and people who did him wrong. And this movie, I'm not going to spoil too much for it because the trailers don't really tell us what the movie is about, but he doesn't have many choices in this film. I loved John Wick. What I really loved about it was that how the action was handled. It was choreographed so well, and how all action films really should be edited. It was a subtle film, not too many things in the story going on, just John Wick going crazy on everybody. And John Wick Chapter 2, I was expecting all the same things pretty much. I wasn't expecting much in the storyline, and I get just that. I get a truly well choreographed action film that is non-stop action. The body count is just way up there and I'm just having a total blast with John Wick Chapter 2. The action sequences in here are choreographed so well, and you can tell that Keanu Reeves is really doing his own stunts. There's not a lot of editing when it comes to the action sequences, and you really get to see the action just unfold right in front of you. It's not Resident Evil the final chapter where everything is just edited after each second. It's just edited, and you can't really even tell what's going on. Both John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2 know how to handle the action sequences. It reminds me a lot of The Raid, just very limited editing and just watching the action, and you can really get invested in it and actually go, oh, ouch. The first movie was very interesting in the tale of this organization that's growing in New York called the Continental, where the hotel, and you go on there and it's sacred ground, and even if you're sitting next to your enemy, they can't hurt you because they have these rules set in place. And I found it to be very fascinating in the first movie that they had this organization set up and they didn't explain how it was set up, whatever. It just was there, and I believed in it 100%. And the second movie, Chapter 2, builds on that a lot more politics, and a lot more of the Continental in other parts of the world and how that is run as well. I just found it to be fascinating how they built on top of this world and expanded it a lot more. In the first movie, he's considered to be the myth, the legend, John Wick, someone to really be afraid of. And you could have an army of people and John Wick would still just plow through them and just destroy everybody. And they tell stories of pencils and how he's killed many people. And here we get to see some of those legends and those myths unfold. And the first movie was just like a snippet of his powers and what he's able to do, because the second movie, he goes all out. And it is crazy how he kills people. I'm someone who really loves well executed choreographed action sequences, and we get all of that in John Wick 2. The movie is still very vibrant, great musical choice. They do have a club scene kind of similar to the first movie, but very short and outside, but still well done. There's nothing much I can complain about for John Wick Chapter 2. I love the action sequences. It does not hold back at all. It is violent from beginning to end. So I'm gonna go ahead and give John Wick Chapter 2 an A+. My first A+ film of the year. Last year, my first A+ film of the year was Captain America Civil War, and that wasn't until May. We'll see how A+'s go this year. So this is Just Watching Movies. Have you guys seen John Wick Chapter 2? What do you think about it compared to the first one? So thank you guys for watching. As always, the support is greatly appreciated. You guys are the best for subscribing, liking the videos, commenting, for just watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Just Watching Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.